All right, let's dive in. Today, we are going to unlock a really powerful and, let's be honest, wonderfully weird memory technique called PAV. It's all about helping you remember just about anything by tapping directly into your imagination. So let's get started. So, to kick things off, let's talk about something you already do, probably without even realizing it. You see, our brains are basically natural association machines. They're constantly linking one idea to the next.
I mean, isn't it weird? You can remember the entire plot of a movie you saw months ago, but the 3 things you needed from the grocery store? Poof! Gone, the second you walk through the door. Well, that's because our brains aren't really built for random, boring lists. They're wired for stories and for strong connections.
Think about this for a second. If I asked you to remember these 4 words in order, your brain probably just creates a little story on its own, right? A man has a dog, the dog chases a cat, the cat chases a mouse. It's this simple, logical chain. This is that natural associative technique at work, but it has a serious breaking point.
Right. So that simple, logical chain has a major weakness. It works great for things that are obviously connected. But what happens when they're not?
And this is exactly where that simple method it completely falls apart. I mean, how do you logically link words like justice, car, philosophy, and bread? There's no story there. You just can't do it. The chain breaks. And that's exactly where we need a much more powerful tool.
So, let's unlock the system that's designed for this exact problem. It's an advanced mnemonic technique that pretty much turns your imagination into a memory superpower. And this is it, the PAV technique. Instead of relying on logic, it creates these powerful mental hooks. And the secret here is emotional charge. Our brains are literally hardwired to remember things that are strange, or funny, or even a little shocking. Those are the memories that are way easier to recall.
So this is the big question, right? What are the secret ingredients that make this whole thing so effective? And what does this acronym PAV actually mean?
And here we go. Paradox, action, and vividness. These 3 elements are the absolute pillars of this technique. They're the keys to creating those mental hooks that make memories stick like glue. So forget simple logic. We are about to get creative.
Okay, let's really break down what each of these pillars actually means. And to do that, we're going to use a really simple, but you'll see, a very effective example.
All right, here we go. 2 totally unrelated words, car and bread. A simple, logical link is pretty much impossible. I mean, you could picture a car driving to a bakery, but come on, that's so boring, it's totally forgettable. To make this connection stick, we need to apply PAV.
First up, P for paradox. We need something absurd, something that just breaks the rules of reality. A car driving on the street? Normal. A car flying out of a high-rise window? Now that is a paradox. Your brain immediately flags this and goes, whoa, hold on, that's not normal, and it pays attention.
Next up, A for action. The image can't just be a static picture. It needs movement. The car isn't just sitting on the bread. It is actively flying and then landing with force. This dynamic movement transforms a boring picture into a really memorable little movie scene in your head. And finally, we have V for vividness. This is where you get to be the director of your own mental movie. Don't just see it, really experience it. Hear the glass shatter, smell the pavement after the impact, and the bread. Feel the shockwave. The more of your senses you can engage, the more real that image becomes, and the stronger that memory hook is going to be. Okay, so we've got the 3 pillars down: paradox, action, vividness. Now let's go over a few key rules to make sure you're using this technique as effectively as you possibly can. Think of these as your guidelines. First, stay away from cliches. Your own weird, unique images are always going to be more powerful. Next, make sure your action has energy, but it shouldn't be so chaotic that you lose the details. And this is a big one. Your paradox, the really strange part, has to be the star of the show. That's what grabs your brain's attention. And like we said, engage your senses. And finally, make your mental images absolutely, completely unmistakable. And that last point is so important. Let me show you what I mean. If you need to remember the word bed, just picturing any old bed is risky. You might mix it up with pillow later. But if you picture a very specific, antique bed and a very large woman sits on it, and you can hear it creak loudly, well, there's no way you're confusing that with anything else. That is unequivocally bed.
Now think about this one. Don't just picture a bathroom. You could get that confused with sink or toilet. Instead, picture a bathroom made entirely of gleaming black marble, with these bizarre fluorescent green taps. Now that image is specific, it's vivid, and believe me, you are not going to forget it.
Now, before you go off creating all these wild mental movies in your head, there is one very, very important thing to remember about this, or really any memory technique. You have to remember that memory is deeply, deeply personal. What one person finds shocking or hilarious, another might just find meh. The images that work for me might do absolutely nothing for you, simply because our brains are all wired a little differently. So you should really treat this as your own personal toolkit. Play around with it, experiment, find the bizarre, paradoxical, and vivid images that really resonate with you. The goal isn't to follow some rigid formula. It's to unlock your own unique imagination to build a better memory. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought to take away. Think about something you need to remember today. A name, a fact, maybe something on your to-do list. What is the most outrageous, paradoxical, and vivid scene your mind can conjure up right now to lock it in place? Go on, give it a try.
Congratulations on completing the module. Continue learning with Salyvan Academy.